But this particular watch be a one of one. That means none before it, none to come. Your homie that's rapping be the only one that has it. I show you how to do this, son. You ain't heard I push a 6 when the 5s is out. You can't fight me. In the Porsche, I box you out. I show you how to do this, son. Don't drive X5s. We give them the baby mamas. Knock on wood, don't want a baby mama. Push the shape like a Candace chicken snack box. I get it cracking when I'm backing out the garage. Shut down Manhattan, Buckalo like fuck it though. Yeah, I want that CT6, but fuck it. I'd rather hustle 100 more. Fuck, man. What's up, y'all, man? Trying to bring y'all back to reality, man. A lot of people, they got this fantasy person in their head that doesn't exist. And a lot of times, this is why they think they found somebody that is not who they are. Anyways, man, unrealistic standards, you know. Women, they want men to be able to read their mind all the time. They got this fantasy in their head of this guy that knows exactly how to do everything right all the time, on time, and all this bullshit, as if somebody's walking around this motherfucker perfect like they God or something. It don't exist, man. You might have some men that seem like they perfect because you haven't been with them for a long ass time, you know. And a lot of times, the only reason why some of these men seem perfect is because usually it's a man that a man is not. It's usually a man that is not really committing to a woman, and she don't know that person truly yet. So therefore, she thinks this person is more perfect than what he actually is because she doesn't know the real him. It just seems like he's that perfect because, you know, he's not one of the ones that are saying, here I am, I want to be with you type bullshit, you know what I mean? But it's just unrealistic standards that don't exist, man. There's no such thing as some man that's going to perfectly always read a woman's mind. Every woman is different. You know, it's like women would rather live in a fantasy than a fucking reality. And when it comes to men too, you know, men want a woman that, you know, goes super hard sexually, and then they want a woman that won't make them wait, you know, don't even know who they are, and she gonna fuck them and all this bullshit. Unrealistic standards, man. A lot of men want to run around, go to clubs all the time, but then at the same time, they want a woman that, or they want a woman that gets her own money, but then they want a woman that gets her own money, but they want a woman to clean up and sit in the house and all this bullshit, man. Which one do you want, man? You're living a fucking fantasy. Wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? They want a woman to look good, but they don't want nobody to look at the woman. Where is this at? This shit doesn't exist, man. It just doesn't. You know, it's just a lot of shit. They don't want a woman on social media, but they all on social media. When it comes to men, it's not necessarily emotional. A lot of the time, it's more hypocritical. What they want out of a woman is the same shit that they don't, what they don't want out of a woman be the same shit that they do. You know, the same shit. Oh, I don't want a woman that did this and did that. And these motherfuckers be the same motherfuckers on the same shit. I just seen my neighbors moving out. So that must mean somebody new gonna move in eventually. Hopefully nobody on some bullshit, but you know how that shit goes. But people need to really sit back and analyze what's important, man. All that fantasy fake shit, that shit don't mean nothing, man. It just doesn't, man. Y'all gotta get over this shit, man. Some of you motherfuckers, you not Ken, but you want Barbie. You not Ken, motherfucker. Stay in your lane. Stay on your level. Everybody want shit that's not on their level or not who they are. First, hold yourself accountable. Then it's okay for you to ask for it in somebody else. But I don't know, man. I just feel like when it comes to women, a lot of times, and I'm not speaking personally, I should have put that in the caption. Because I get tired of people thinking I'm talking about personally. No, this is what I see all over the world. I listen, I look, I see, I analyze. A lot of times these women want this person that you know, they living in this damn TV reality shit that does not exist. This shit doesn't matter, y'all. You're gonna be fucking waiting till you're 40 years old or something. As a woman, this is not good at all. You wait till you're 40, you still in la la land, thinking about this guy that does not exist. He don't exist. He only exists on TV. That's it. Even the guys you think are perfect on TV, your most celebrity crush motherfucker, even this motherfucker has flaws all day long. You just don't see it because you in la la land. I'm not stupid. I know Beyonce's not perfect. I'm not dumb. That's my celebrity crush. But I know she's not perfect. I'm no fool, man. I know like rich people's lives ain't all perfect and shit. Just seems that way. Anyway, that's a little off topic. Point is, man, a lot of shit, they want a faithful man, but they want a man that's involved with a lot of women. What fucking man is faithful that's involved with a lot of women? I didn't say a man that can get women. I didn't say that. I'm talking about the men. They don't want that. They want men who are literally involved with a lot of women. What type of man you know that is involved with a lot of women that's fucking faithful? Come on, y'all. Why the fuck you think he out there involved with a lot of women? Usually men that ain't on that bullshit, that really just is like a one woman man, he's the type of guy that'll go to work for the most part, go home, maybe go out and do certain things, but he's not going to be out there constantly dealing with other women. This one, kicking it with this one, kicking it with that one, kicking it with the next one. He's not going to do that because that's not what he really desires. He desires to be with one woman and kick it with her. So, you know, and another thing they want a good guy and a fucking thug or something. And when I say thug, man, don't think that I'm speaking from some white old man or something like that, as if I didn't come from the same bullshit that everybody else came from. That's not what I mean. I just use the word thug I can't say the word, to separate the differences so people will get it, because if I don't do that, then people won't know what I'm talking about. So in other words, they want let's just say bad boy. They want a bad boy, a good guy, and a bad boy. You can't get it. It's not going to happen because that's not who he is. That's not how he thinks. Remember, being a good guy to a woman is a choice. Any man could do it. Yeah, the bad guy could do it, but he don't want to do it. So he's not going to do it. But unrealistic expectations that females have is, I want this bad guy to be some husband. He's not going to do it, man. You lost in that little fantasy hip hop land. You see the bad dudes like Future or whatever fuck. People like Future, shall I say. I don't know Future personally, but let's just try to use him as an example. You see that and you think that, oh yeah, they are faithful and all that. You don't know if they faithful or not. You just going by what you seeing on TV. And I guarantee you a lot of times they not faithful to the girl. Guarantee you a lot of times they be playing women and everything. See, the TV then sold you this dream that these type of people are going to be faithful, and that's the unrealistic standards. It's unrealistic. It's not going to happen. You got to pick a good guy. The only way to get a good dude is to pick a good dude. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Only way to pick a good woman is to pick a good woman. You know, men that want women that, you know, the fun girls and the women that are, you know, now don't get me, I hate to use sex when it comes to that, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just say the bad bitch mentality type. You know, a lot of men want a wife, but they go after that type of woman. They think they're going to find a wife in that, and they not. So, unrealistic standards. No different than a woman thinking a bad boy is going to be the husband. It's not going to happen. I mean, go ahead. Do what you want. That's your type. Go ahead. But just remember what I told you in this video. Because you not changing. A duck's a fucking duck. A goose is a goose. You ain't going to change shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand these things, man. Stop having unrealistic standards, man. Shit ain't right. But, you know, this is why some women are not happy with some men, because they are still in fantasy land. They still think these guys that know how to read everybody's mind, they fucking put my shit in the damn same thing, and I told them not to do it. I hate horrible customer service, man. I really do. I swear, man, if I ever have a business, I'm on point, man, with everything. Anybody working for me, on point. I'm not doing nothing wrong to my customers like that. You know, a person clearly tell you do something, and you should do it, man. So whatever, man. But now I'm worried. But yeah, man, that's what it be like. They have unrealistic standards, man. I don't know why and you know why this is bad, because a lot of them they have good men that come across a lot of good men, but since their standards are unrealistic, they'll pass on them good men because they're like, all right, well, he was 97% perfect, but that 3%, I'll pass. Same thing with men. She's 97% perfect, but that 3%, let me pass. Because people think there's a such thing as a perfect person or a perfect relationship. You know, it really flatters me. I know there's no such thing. And that's the problem. That's why people don't appreciate people. Because they're looking for perfection. And there's no such thing. When you ain't looking for perfection, you know, when you looking for a relationship or a person, it'll be so much easier to find, and you'll be so much happier with people. You appreciate the right person. When you're looking for perfection, you're going to pass everybody. You're going to always pass the right people. Always. Because you're looking for something that does not exist. Therefore, you're going to keep searching. The perfect person still ain't going to be good enough. When nobody's perfect, but the perfect it could be a person that you've been blessed to encounter, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to think, nah, this ain't right. This ain't good enough. Because your standards are unrealistic. If you think that there's some perfect relationship or some perfect guy or girl, your standards are unrealistic. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's okay to have standards, fine. Go ahead. But when you start making them perfect standards, yeah, you already done lost the game. You're going to get in a relationship, and as soon as that shit stop being perfect, you're going to become unhappy, and you're going to leave or do something dumb. You see what I'm saying? But if you know, I know women ain't perfect. I know relationships ain't perfect. Then when some shit happen, it ain't that big of a deal. You can handle it. Now, if it's some cheating shit or something, that's a little different. But we just talking about like, just, you know, mediocre bullshit. You already know, like, yeah, I can handle this. I already know everything ain't perfect. Or you be like, I already know if I did leave a woman for some bullshit, some little ass petty shit, the next woman gonna be on, she gonna have some petty shit that come along with her too. But when people have these unrealistic expectations, they'll leave 80% for this 20% new guy or girl. You know what I mean? It's stupid. Honestly, it really is, man. Make sure that if you're going to leave somebody, first of all, you leave and be alone. That's what you do first. You don't leave people for other people. It always backfires. But if you leave and be alone, your intentions is good, you'll get blessed for that. Promise. So, yeah, man. Stop thinking that there's some man out there that just he can read every fucking thing on your mind, and he gonna do everything perfect timing and all that. Come on, man. The only way this shit exists is temporary. And the only way this shit exists when you don't really know somebody well enough to know who they really are to see their flaws. Until then, that shit is a fantasy. It's not true. It's not real. You know, all y'all men think, oh, she's so perfect. Look how good she looks. She gotta be perfect, dog. Look at her, Twan. She's so fucking perfect. You don't even know her, dog. That's what I'm saying. Unrealistic expectations. And then when you might fuck her, it might be the worst sex you ever had. That's one flaw. You know, there could be a lot more. I'm just saying. Like, this is what people get when they have these unrealistic expectations, man. Men is usually the looks, when a woman is usually this emotional guy that's going to do everything right and say everything right. He doesn't exist. He don't. I'm telling y'all. You might, like I said, there is some that's going to seem like they're that because you don't know them well enough, especially the ones that, women might have fucked and they want it, but the guy really didn't want them back. He's always going to seem perfect because you don't know who he really is. I guarantee you, if that guy say, all right, I quit, we could be together, I'll be with you. You know what I'm saying? And you get to know that person, you're going to find out that he's not as, this fantasy person that you think. I'm not saying that you wouldn't be happy with the right person, But what I am saying is a lot of times when it's the wrong ones, the only reason why they seem so damn perfect is because you don't know them. You ain't got them. You know, you haven't been close enough to them to see their flaws. It just seems like they perfect. That's why I tell people, when somebody don't like you back, don't like them. Fuck it. Because a lot of times what you think you like and see in them ain't even true. It's just an illusion a lot of times. You don't know who they are. So therefore, it's just perception. Until you get to know them a lot, some of that perception might be real. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying everything you perceive to be about them is false. But I'm just saying all of it definitely ain't. It can't be. It's just a person you made up in your head, you know, and then you finally get to meet them. Sometimes you be like, damn, I guess it wasn't what I thought. But see, sometimes that's what I mean by this unrealistic standard shit, because just because they don't completely match up don't mean they're not good enough. You know, a perfect person is somebody that's good enough. You know, it's not this perfect person that has nothing wrong. They don't do nothing wrong. Y'all thinking this, man, please wake up out your fucking sleep, man. It don't exist, man. You know, this guy that y'all... I swear a lot of women think men are supposed to read their minds and shit. You know, nah. Ain't no man that fucking damn crafty where he can reach inside your mind and just know what to say all the fucking time. Come on, man. Like I said, it only exists temporary. Now, if a man don't know you that well, yeah, it might seem like everything he say is perfect and all this and perfect timing and all that, but you don't know him enough yet. You know what I mean? He ain't fucked enough times to show him real self and all that shit. See? So, whatever y'all want to do, man. Y'all want to keep searching for Mr. Invincible that doesn't exist, or Mrs. Invincible, you know, aka Mr. or Mrs. Perfect? Be my guest, man, but it don't exist, man. Expect to be disappointed. But if you think realistically, nobody's perfect, no relationship's perfect, you'll probably be a lot happier. A lot of these relationships that y'all see that are happy are people who appreciate and understand that each other ain't perfect and understand the relationships ain't perfect. Those are the people that are usually happy. It's the ones that think there's some perfect person and there's some perfect relationship. These are the ones that usually ain't happy, or they don't appreciate and all that shit. And they start cheating and all this bullshit. You didn't make me happy enough, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Don't even deal with people like that, man, until they figure it out. Until they figure out that this shit ain't perfect. Period, man. Ain't nothing better than two people who understand each other ain't perfect and the relationship ain't perfect, but they still they gonna be happier, man, because the little shit, it don't bother them. Y'all get what I'm saying? If you don't think the shit's supposed to be perfect, that little petty shit that people be fighting over, that shit's not gonna bother you, because you don't expect perfection. There's really no other way to put this shit. But I see way too much of this. I want a man to do this. I want a man to say that, and this way and that way. This is all fantasy. You might as well just go make a movie or something. Have some actors. Hire an actor guy. And have him play that role. Because that's the only way you're going to get this shit. I think what it is a lot of times is they dealing with they might deal with a guy who they only been around a little bit, and it seems like he's this type of person that knows everything right and says everything right. But again, you don't know him well enough to know this. Once you know the motherfucker well enough and be around him enough, you're going to see that he don't always say the right shit. He don't always do shit at the right time and all this bullshit. It's fantasy. It don't exist. Get it out your mind before you fuck around and pass up a good person that actually is perfect for you. But since you got this fantasy in your fucking head, that's men too. You got this fantasy of this perfect girl that don't exist. You gonna fuck around and pass up that good person. I'm telling you, man. This is not a fucking movie, dog. Straight up, it's not a movie, y'all. Out this motherfucker.